Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering KCVP and TCVP Ransomware join the ever-growing Stop Djvu Ransomware family, and Viewndow is a potentially unwanted program that may exhibit undesirable behavior. The Stop Djvu Ransomware family and its variants continue to be a constant in the malware world, and the group strikes again with KCVP Ransomware. Like other associated strains of the prominent malware threat, this ransomware locks files and then demands a ransom fee to restore file access. Infections like KCVP Ransomware can be distributed via software bundles. So if you tend to download freeware or pirated apps distributed via torrent or cracked software sites, you may end up installing threats like KCVP Ransomware. KCVP Ransomware locks most of the popular file types, including photos, music, documents, and videos. During the file encryption process, KCVP Ransomware adds the .kcvp extension to affected files and leaves a ransom note on the user's desktop and in every folder that contains encrypted files. Unfortunately, an online decryption tool that can unlock encrypted files is not currently available. The only reliable way to recover infected files is to restore them from a backup. Victims can also attempt to use alternative data recovery options, but there is no guarantee that alternative data recovery tools will be able to unlock all the encrypted files. Once downloaded and installed, KCVP Ransomware employs the AES encryption algorithm to lock up target files. It then demands a ransom in exchange for the decryption key. The decryption key costs $980, but the ransomware's operators will offer a 50% discount and only charge $490 if the victim contacts them within the first 72 hours after infection. The hackers can be contacted at restorealldata@firemail.cc and garantos@bitmessage.ch or at the Telegram account @datarestore. We discourage establishing contact with the hackers, however, as there's no guarantee that they'll provide decryption tools after payment or even communicate with you. How do I deal with the KCVP ransomware infection? To protect yourself from the KCVP ransomware attack, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed in your computer. That way, you could regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome ransomware infection and other malware. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future ransomware infection, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. TCVP Ransomware is another dangerous infection that has appeared under the ever-growing umbrella of the Stop Djvu Ransomware gang. Like other related variants, it infects computers and then locks users' files, including documents, music, pictures, video files, and others. Once the encryption is complete, the hackers behind TCVP Ransomware demand a ransom for a decryptor that would supposedly help you regain access to your files. During the encryption, TCVP Ransomware appends the affected files with the telltale .tcvp extension. Users will then find a ransom note on the computer's desktop titled _readme.txt. If your computer has been infected with TCVP ransomware, you should immediately disconnect any other devices from the compromised machine to prevent further spread of the infection. In the ransom note, the hackers also offer to decrypt one file for free to prove that they can restore all the files upon receiving payment. The ransom note instructs victims to pay $980 or $490 in Bitcoin. The lower ransom price depends on whether or not the contact is made within the first 72 hours after the attack. According to the note, the hackers can be contacted at restorealldata@firemail.cc and support@fishmail.top. Unfortunately, an online decryption tool that could restore the encrypted files is not available at the moment. The only reliable way to recover affected files is to restore them from a backup. You can also try using alternative data recovery options, but there's no guarantee that alternative data recovery tools can unlock all the encrypted files. How do I deal with the TCVP ransomware attack? To protect yourself from the TCVP ransomware attack, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed on your computer. That way you could regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome ransomware infection and other malware. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future ransomware infection, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. If you have noticed an unknown program called Viewndow on your computer, but have not installed it on purpose, you may have accidentally installed it when you went through the installation process of some other program. Viewndow and other potentially unwanted programs are often distributed via software bundles, random pop-ups on unfamiliar websites, and even torrent pages. Like most of the pups, Viewndow is not a high-level computer security threat. The application supposedly enables users to keep selected windows always on top of other windows. In its privacy policy disclosure, Viewndow claims that for the purpose of providing you with access to the application and ensuring its intended performance and the proper functioning of integrated SDK, we must collect a limited amount of your personal data related to you and your device. However, when users install Viewndow accidentally, some of the program's functions might prove to be intrusive and annoying. It's worth mentioning that potentially unwanted programs cannot steal your personal information or infect you with malware. However, they could function as a conduit that inadvertently expose you to potentially harmful content because they can often be used to content promotion by unreliable third parties. Third-party downloaders usually do not advise users explicitly that there will be additional programs added by default with the program or programs you may have initially wanted. However, the program installation wizards tend to inform users about it. That is because adware, browser hijackers, and pups need your permission to enter your computer. But users often do not read the installation wizard details because user agreements can be confusing. As a result, users are not aware they installed unwanted applications like Viewndow along with the program they originally wanted to have. This is why you should always pay attention when installing software. During the installation process, always opt for the custom installation option and deselect any programs that you were not specifically looking to add in the first place. How do I remove potentially unwanted programs from my computer? We strongly recommend removing potentially unwanted programs or pups like Viewndow from your computer. You should scan for and remove unwanted software by using a reputable malware remediation tool. To prevent the installation of potentially unwanted programs in the future, you should practice good web surfing habits like avoiding questionable freeware sites, torrent pages, and other websites that may host unreliable software.
You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. Spy Hunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. Spy Hunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.